power for 8 straight years, and he almost wrecked this nation.
Look, you know what? You're the one who called Bush a fiscal socialist, and he was the one who robbed the Treasury on the way out.
Thank you. And I warned everybody 4 months, 5 months, 6 months before it was over. You have not seen anything yet. I hope he doesn't do anything worse. And every day it got worse under Bush, didn't it? And then what did we get at the end of the tunnel? What was waiting for us at the end of the Bush tunnel? Barack Hussein Obama. Given to us by whom? By the government media complex, by the Democrats, by the Republicrats. So what we're seeing here is an emerging, new government emerging, a world government, where America is only one piece of the whole puzzle. And our rights are no different from that of someone in Uganda. At the end of the road, we're going to wind up enslaved by the United Nations. That's exactly what is going on here.
I think you're right, Michael.
And for the sake of harmony, we are going to eliminate talk radio. For the sake of intercommunity peace and harmony, we're going to eliminate any conservative blogger. For the sake of intercommunity tension and lessening such, we're going to ban any blogger who said something negative about any world leader from any other country. They're going to be men without a country. For the sake of peace on earth, no one shall criticize a world leader. For the sake of intercommunity peace and harmony, we are going to eliminate anyone who says they do not believe global warming is a problem. And we will probably have to put them into re-education camps for the sake of the elephants and the seals. Sacramento, Scott, welcome to the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my son became an Eagle Scout about 5-6 months ago, and we sent a letter to when you become an Eagle Scout, you send letters for people to respond.
Right.
We got letters back from Bush. We got letters from nobody. Obama sent no letter. Didn't even sign his Eagle accommodation card. He will not even be involved with Boy Scouts of America at all. I mean, he just... Bush
well, Boy Scouts of America, Eagle Scouts, I mean, how incredibly retro can you get? That's such a macho group, and it's just so non-metrosexual.
So anyway.
Well, I salute your son for becoming an Eagle Scout. I can't speak for President Obama. I am sure that if he became a global warming scout, he would have been invited to the White House and would have had a celebration. Gallup, Obama approval dips to new low. Now, that's the Gallup poll. I don't know why Drudge is quoting the Gallup poll when I already put up the Rasmussen poll on michaelsavage.com. And we have Mr. Rasmussen on to confirm this at 30 minutes after the hour. So against now, you're telling me that both Gallup and Rasmussen are coming up with the same results, and yet your schmucks in the newspaper business won't tell you that? Here, Gallup Daily, Obama job approval. Plunging. But you don't understand something. He don't care about his ratings. That's why the left wing is pushing their agenda so fast. They don't care what you think. They don't care. They know his ratings are going to fall. The longer you get to know the man, the more you see of him, the less you like him. The more you see what he's doing to your country, the less you like him. The more you see how he's selling us out to the world powers, the less you like him. So therefore, the radical left in America is forcing as many different treaties, as many different programs down as fast as they can. Before you catch on, it'll be too late. I'll be right back.
Is your inheritance stuck in probate? Inheritance Funding Company can advance you the cash you need in as little as 72 hours. Go to inheritancefunding.com or call 877-YOU-AIR. That's 877-YOU-HEIR.
Fresh and original every day. Live and real. On the air, online, on demand. Armstrong and Getty. Weekday morning 6 to 10. Talk 910 KNEW.
Signed a joint understanding for a follow-on treaty to the START agreement that will reduce our nuclear warheads and delivery systems by up to a third from our current treaty limitations.
All right, the dictatorship is clear. It is showing its face. The president shall have power by and with the advice and consent of the Senate to make treaties, provided two-thirds of the senators present concur. U.S. Constitution, Article 2, Section 2, the president is violating the Constitution with some clever legal BS saying it's a continuation of the START Treaty, when in fact such a serious measure such as this requires discussion, analysis. Is it a good idea to give up 1/3 of our nuclear arsenal at this time, while North Korea, Iran, Pakistan, and others are clamoring to gain control of nuclear weapons? What the heck is going on, you say to yourself? How could this be? Why would he do this now? Certainly you can discuss it, but maybe at another time you would consider this during more peaceful times. Now, if you take the Soviet Union's missiles as a number, as of 2007, Russia had a superiority of 2,146 land-based nukes to our 1,600. So they already had land-based superiority. But we had a superiority in sea-launched and air-launched U.S. warheads, right? Now add in the fact that China lumped in with the Soviet Union. We now have, at this point already, an inferior position with regard to nuclear weaponry. So to just talk about U.S. versus Russia in terms of cutting back weapons is ludicrous. Put China and Russia in one pot, and then tell me if we still have nuclear superiority, because we do not. Again, this is a sleight of hand being conducted by the radical internationalists who apparently want to put America's sovereignty in the toilet and eventually tell us exactly what to do with our guns, our flag, our Constitution, and our apple pie. This is going on right in front of your eyes. Right in front of your eyes. And exactly for the 30 minutes after the hour, when we come out of that break, we're going to have Scott Rasmussen on from the Rasmussen poll. And there's an alarming similarity between his findings and the findings of the other poll, the other major poll in America, the ones that most people look at, and that is the Gallup poll. Gallup just reported that Obama approval dips to new low. Rasmussen reports -5 when you add up the rising disagree with the approvals. You say, well, wait a minute, what's going on? Why did this happen so fast? It's not based on his giving up the nuclear arsenal, because no one even heard about it till today. So already coming up from last week what he was doing already, the guy's into negatives. Now, what's going to happen when the American people find out about him giving up on nuclear superiority to Russia without so much as a discussion or a vote? He did this while he was on a trip? What do you do about it? When you have no Republican Party, you have a one-party system of a bunch of drugged-out left-wing goons. A bunch of drugged-out left-wing goons running us off the rails. Cap and trade, it's a con. Goldman Sachs, don't say cap and trade, say Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, don't say cap and trade, it's a scam. You schmucks, you don't even know who's running your country. You have no idea. Now, if these gonoms from NYU and Columbia Law who became investment bankers had America's interest at heart, I wouldn't care that they were running the country. I wouldn't care. Say, well, they're the brightest guys around. If guys who did fly fishing stuff, that wonderful, nice fly fisherman, Treasury Secretary, Robert Rubin, who worked for Clinton, if this guy had a scintilla of interest in America and our national security, and Hank Paulson, another wonderful man who worked the Treasury for Bush, if these men cared about America's future and America's security, I'd say good luck to them. They're very smart guys. But I don't believe they do. I believe they're total thieves. My personal gut feeling tells me that they're worse than Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff is a chain snatcher compared to those guys. Bernie Madoff was a chain snatcher compared to the Treasury secretaries. That's what I think. You think they give a damn about their grandchildren frying 10 years from now from a nuclear exchange? These guys don't have a soul. In my opinion, they're hollow men. They're empty men. They're shells. They live only for the adding machine. They wouldn't know what America was if they tripped over it. They wouldn't know what the U.S. Constitution was if you slapped them in the face with it. They wouldn't know what the American flag was if you wiped their faces with it. That's what I think about them. And who agrees with me? You do. But where's the party that represents us? Where is the voice in Congress that represents you? Oh, I'm sorry, it's Al Frankenstein. He just is the newest senator. He represents the American people. That's right, the clown from Saturday Night Live goes into the biggest comedy club in history, the U.S. Senate. He represents the American people. So we're in a real bad state right now. We got a president selling us out on a daily basis as fast as he can before the American people stand up and say, stop him before he kills us all. Something's wrong with the picture. Why, you ask yourself, does this president, this irresponsible, naive president, if you want to call him that, that's a positive, by the way. See, I'm not calling him a traitor and a conspiracy theorist or a Manchurian candidate. I said this naive president, why is he racing to push through all of these bills? Socialized medicine, socialized auto industry, socialized banking, socialized cap and trade. Why is he pushing it as fast as he can? Because he knows you're going to find out who he is eventually, and it's going to come sooner than he even thought. If it's only July and already he's in negatives, where do you think he's going to be by December? Tell me where he's going to be in December. You think he can recover from this? Impossible. So why are they pushing all of this so fast? Because they have to. Because the minute you wake up, you're going to start screaming and yelling. You're going to tell the schmuck who's your congressman you're throwing him out in his butt. You're going to put a dog catcher in, you're throwing him out, and they'll have to get a job. They'll have to go out and rob your jewelry or something in order to make a living rather than robbing the taxpayers. So they're pushing through as much left-wing